Mel, everybody, I'm Cantonese Cat. Hey, everybody, Cantonese Cat here. I was asked by one of the YouTube members about an update for Tesla. Do I have an update for Tesla? The answer is no. And I'll tell you why. It's just stuck in range. This is something that the Great Matsby has also mentioned. I actually concur with him, and this is not shouldn't be surprising to you that I agree with him by this point. 360, 10. What do we see? Great market symmetry. You see that pretty much during each of these cycles, just basically been pushing through arc, backtesting arc, pushing through arc, backtesting arc, pushing through horizontal line, backtesting horizontal line. That's kind of what the entire history of Tesla has been doing. Great market symmetry, right? What is it doing right now? Well, had a little bit of a false breakout out of this arc here last month. And so far for the month of October, it seems like, we're just kind of getting back inside the range over here. Now, there are a lot of indicators that tells me that there's a lot more support down underneath than resistance above at this point. And again, I cannot be bearish on Tesla at this point. It is very, very important to look at different time frames to be able to tell you why is that I'm not bearish on Tesla. First of all, look at the weekly time frame. Why am I not bearish on Tesla? Look at the Ichimoku cloud is using the top of the cloud as support. This is basically breaking out through the cloud and backtesting it as support. There's nothing really bearish about this, right? If you look at the 2-week time frame, well, what is it doing right now? You have another 2 days before Tesla closes. I bet, if you ask me, I bet the week is probably going to end up closing back above the bottom of the Ichimoku cloud over here, which is going to be around 223.62. That's my bet. Now, do I count on it happening, and is it the end of the war if it doesn't? No, but this candle is going to close in 2 days, and we just kind of basically push back. I have pretty decent feeling that I think this is going to be a little bit of a fake out, just like how this was a little bit of fake out on the upside. It's probably going to be a little bit of fake out on the downside. Even if we close underneath here at the 2-week Ichimoku cloud, I think the next month or the next couple of weeks probably going to end up closing back above the inside the Ichimoku cloud. The reason why is because we're stuck in range, right? This is a perfect illustration in terms of what it means to be stuck in range. Monthly, stuck in range. At the top of the cloud and the bottom of the cloud. Right? It's a big range, but it's a range. The top of the cloud is around 270s. Bottom of the cloud is around 2 teens, right? And even underneath the cloud, you have a couple other really strong support down here below, which is the monthly Tenkan and monthly Kijun, right? So right now, we are just basically backtesting some of these things as support. And I'm going to go back to the weekly here. There's also another very important support level, not to be, forgotten, if you will, is the bull market support band. It really has flipped it from resistance over here to support. It's been backtesting as support multiple times. And guess what? Right now, if you look at this market structure, it looks very bullish. It looks like there is a reduction of supply, and it looks like there is exponential increase in demand, right? So there's really nothing like long-term wise that's really getting me really that bearish about the chart. You also just put on a higher time frame here. And I mentioned that basically it just came back and back tested a rising 20-month moving average, and so are holding support. When you have a negative sloping 20-month moving average flipping to positive sloping, and when you have it flipping from resistance here back to support over here, that tells me that most likely price is going to end up going a lot higher, kind of like how it did over here, when it flipped from resistance over here to support. Now, you can say that, yeah, but it didn't really serve a very good support up here. Well, there's a reason for that. It's because it was negative sloping, right? Right now it is more positive sloping, maybe a little bit more flat, but it's now more positive sloping, right? So there's a reason as to why I think Tesla is just basically stuck in a range and is trying to figure out what it wants to do. Now, if you ask me what I think is happening with Tesla right now, it is stuck right in the middle. It's giving you the middle finger. Like, it's really stuck in the middle right here. Got a big gap over here, and there's not really like a whole lot of daily gap underneath to close, really. I mean, you're talking about gap all the way down to like 145. There's a lot of people actually calling for prices being lower because of these random gap fills, but they're also neglecting there's a lot of support underneath below here too. Why are we gravitating over here in space? Are we really in space? Well, we're finding support here on the daily Sabichi cloud, and we are also just waiting for the Bollinger Band to kind of get back inside, right? And so far, this consolidation is happening on declining volume. There's really not much volume there to be concerned about. So what's happening over here? Bears did their move, push price down, and right now just kind of hanging in space. The bears are really running out of energy. They try to push price down below. They couldn't, right? What is left right now? Well, maybe it continues to consolidate here for a little bit, right? And if it doesn't break down further, and it looks like the volume is really declining, today was actually a little bit of a bearish day, and it didn't really push it down further, what the next step would be. There could be something called an island reversal, where this is like a little bit of an island where you have a gap down. Bears really try to push it down a little bit further, but they really couldn't, right? And next thing you know, all the energy got exhausted from the bears, and next thing you know, all it takes just a little bit of bullish energy for a price to kind of bump back up here, and you have a gap up. That leaves an island right here in the middle, and that's usually a pattern that's called a island reversal. And I'm kind of seeing that potentially playing out here, because I'm just seeing declining volume with the selling. I mean, this candle over here, yeah, huge volume selling, but like there's no follow through. There's just no follow through. It's just been kind of going consolidating sideways here. So there is a potential for you to make a little bit of an island reversal. This is kind of like a little bit of an island reversal here. As a matter of fact, it looks a little bit like a diamond top. But you have like these gap ups over here, unable to sustain further, and you end up gapping down and go down further. I think this might be the opposite of that. That's kind of what I'm looking at here on a small time frame of Tesla. And to be honest, I honestly think that anything that's around 220 right now at this point in time is a buy. The whole idea about being a good trader, if you're trading, and I'm not really trading Tesla, but if you're trading, you're supposed to buy the bottom of the range and sell at the top of the range, right? The problem with a lot of people in Tesla right now is when they're looking at some support levels, they think it's going to go down lower. When they're looking at resistance level, they think it's going to go up higher. That's always the case for everybody. Everybody thinks that way until they're trained not to. When things are at support, you think it's going to go down lower, right? And when things are at resistance, you think it's going to go up higher. That never, ever fails. Human psychology never, ever fails, right? When things are at the bottom of the range, at support, you think things are going to go down lower, right? So I just want to caution the thinking here that people are calling, oh, it must do this, it must do that based on elite wave, based on this, based on that. You have to think about your risk tolerance. It is still stuck in a range. All of these kind of positive moving, averages over here are flipping more or less positive, right? So I just want to kind of caution against the bearish narratives here. If you're into the whole moving average thing, the 20 had a bullish crossover to 50 here on the weekly, right? 20 SMA flipping over 50 SMA. Technically, this is a golden cross, right? This just happened a few weeks ago. We had a little bit of golden cross over here between the 20 and 50, but the 100 was still slapping as resistance, right? Now we've really kind of flipped the 100 here from a little bit more of a resistance here into support, right? This is a bullish development because now you finally have, for the most part, if 50 is able to continue to sustain above 100, then you have a full bull trend. You have a full bull trend and people are betting against you, thinking the price is going to go down a lot lower. Then it's actually a very, very bullish thing. So anyway, I just want to give a quick update on Tesla. I don't want to talk too long, but the good thing is I have no updates. This is like we just did a live stream with the Real Blind Broker, with the Great Masby, myself. We're really kind of looking at this, and even the Tesla tracker also agrees. Like we are looking at this, like yeah, there's great resistance levels up here in the 260s. Probably going to go down. Guess what? It went down, right? And now everybody's calling for lower. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, I'm just going to leave this video at 10 minutes. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good one. Bye.